Hi. Let's talk electrons. Electrons are based on the quantum mechanical model, which is a whole lot of math that I'm not even going to try to pretend like I understand. Electrons jump around, and we've already talked about that, in specific energy levels. We call these jumps quantum, that's horribly written, quantum leaps. When an electron jumps from a lower energy to a higher energy, it's moving to what we call an excited state. In this case, the electron will gain energy, or you could also say absorb. When an electron falls from a higher energy level to a lower energy level, the electron loses energy or emits. The lowest energy is called the ground state. Electrons travel around the nucleus in energy levels. We can determine how many orbitals there are for a particular atom by looking at the total number of electrons and the number of valence electrons. And remember, valence electrons are the outer shell electrons. Those are the guys that are involved with everybody. Also remember, if you're looking at your periodic table, your periodic table gives you a clue to the number of valence electrons, and that clue are the family numbers if you're using the A numbering system, the old system. 1A, 2A, 1 electron, 2 electrons, 3A, 3 electrons, 4A, 4 electrons, 5A, so on and so forth. You got the idea. Don't forget that. Let me get that guy out of there. So, the family number. And it's the family number when we're talking about 1A through 8A. I don't know why I did a Roman numeral A and then a regular numeral. That was kind of silly. Alright. Within each energy level, we have sublevels called orbitals. The orbitals are the most probable place that you're going to find the electrons. Once again, remember I mentioned math. That's what they calculate, is the probability of the electrons being in a spot. The s orbitals are circular shaped, round shaped. There's one s orbital in any energy level. The p orbitals are peanut shaped or dumbbell shaped. Found this picture, but a lot of times I will draw them like this. And there are 3 per level, starting with energy level number 2. The d orbital, I call them double peanuts, although there is one that's also a donut. Okay, the d level, they're kind of weird shaped, and like I said, here's this one that's a donut. The f orbitals, I say look like flowers. They have, they're just strange. The f orbitals there are 7 per level, starting with level 4. Alright, so if we start putting this information in, the s orbital on the first energy level, it's small, it's not a very big area, and has one s orbital, there are 2 electrons. On the second level, there's an s orbital, which has 2 electrons, and then there are 3 p orbitals with 2 electrons each. On the third energy level, we have an S, we have the 3 Ps, and then there are 5 D energy levels, each holding 2 apiece. So for counting, that's 2 plus 6 plus 10. The fourth energy level has an S, it has 3 Ps, it has 5 Ds, and it has 7 Fs. So we've got 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14. The fifth energy level doesn't ever fill above the Fs, but it could hold an additional one, which would be the G level. And since we have 7 Fs, we have 5, it goes 1, 3, 5, 7, there would be 9 G orbitals. But at this point, we don't ever get there. The sixth energy level would be the same, and it would have an H orbital, and the seventh would have an I orbital. But for our purposes, you're only going to ever see these guys used. We're not even going to see F orbitals used in the 7th energy level. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So technically you could get 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus, if you had the G level, it would be 18. And if you had it, well, this would be 18. This one, the GH level would be 22. And this guy, if we had an I level, 2 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus 18 plus 22 plus 26. Okay, so where do the electrons really live? Now, I am a big fan of models, and I really don't worry about if the models are scientific. We're going to use, instead of talking about orbitals for right now, we're going to talk about a hotel. This hotel is called the Aufbau Hotel. The Aufbau Hotel has several rules. The first rule is that you are customer focused. You're going to give them the best rate possible. So we're going to start at the lowest priced room. And if there's a lower priced room, the electron gets that. It doesn't get anything higher. The second rule we have to follow is Manager Pauli's rule. Pauli said that we can only have 2 people per room. Furthermore, in that room, there's one bed that has its head on the far wall and one bed that has its head on the near wall. So they can't sleep with both heads on the same wall. Not sure why, but that's just the way Pauli wants it. And if Pauli wants it, he gets it. Pauli also said that there's not going to ever be more than 2 electrons in an energy level. Manager Hund, he apparently has something against the cleaning staff because he says we don't double up our rooms unless we have to. So if you have 3 open rooms, you're going to put 1 patron in each room, and then when the 4th one comes along, you go back and start doubling up. Again, if there's rooms available, we don't go up to the next level until all those rooms are filled, but we're not going to double them up until we have to. Friedrich, we already talked about that. We're going to use these codes. We've got the N level, which is the floor of the hotel, and then we're going to call the L rooms the L's the room types. And we have a smoking room. Smoking room, very basic. Just a window. The window doesn't open. The premium room, you can walk out onto the balcony. The deluxe rooms have mini bars. And of course, the fabulous room has a hot tub in addition to the mini bar and the balcony. Alright, let's start with an example. We have the Carvers Convention coming to town, and the Carvers Convention is going to bring 6 guests. Off-ball says they've got to start at the lowest level. Polly says that you can only put 2 in a room, and they have to be facing different directions. And Hun says don't double up until you have to. Well, let's start first of all. We can put 2 in that first floor smoking room. Then we have to move up to the second floor. There's only 1 smoking room on the first floor, and it's the only hotel room on the whole first floor. The rest is the casino. The second floor, we can put 2 people in the smoking room. So now we've got 4 people, and I'm using arrows to show which one has the bed against the far wall and the bed against the near wall. We've put away 4 people. We have 2 more guests that are coming. Hun says don't double up until you have to. So for this last 2 guests, they each get their own room. Okay, we didn't double up till we have to. Why this guy didn't get his own room? Smoking room was cheaper than a premium room. And we always fill the cheap rooms first. Alright, there's one example. Let's find another. Here, the Police Action League is coming. And we have 15 guests. Again, we start at the bottom. I want to do a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, we have 3 left. 13, 14, 15. We don't double up until we have to. Alright, we are going to practice this in class. So don't worry, even though your notes say examples on there, we'll do them in class. So don't worry about that. I'm also going to give you a different hotel sheet to use. Not that I don't like the lovely one here, but I have one that I am used to using, so that's what we'll be using in class. Thank you very much.